Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. You guys, I just had an inspired idea as I was going through some of my former titles, and I wanted to do a zodiac specific read for each sign, and we're going to go right through. We're going to go fire, earth, air, and water. We're going to go Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we're going to go right down the line, 2 cards each, and see what's coming and how this Lion's Gate is going to affect you, how your future, like what is going to be the most impactful energy surrounding you. And I picked the perfect decks for these, so I'm really excited. So the first 3 is going to be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We're going to start with Aries. Your first card is Great and Full. And let's start. We're going to go right to left. Show the world the real you. The full moon in Aquarius. That's funny that that has just taken place. And now we have a new moon that's coming in shortly that is going to inspire. So right away, Aries, I feel you are going to be driven. You're going to be daring. You're going to be creative. You're going to be energetic. This is no messing around time for you. If you want to start that business, ask that person out. Form your life path as strong and hard and direct as you can. You're going to be able to do that. You are no longer taking the back seat. You are no longer giving away your energy to anybody. You're going to be impactful and powerful, Aries, and that's your sign anyway. So Great and Full is saying that these are your concepts: a mindful practice of gratitude, knowing that you're enough, committing to your intentions, and a sense of sufficiency, letting go of attachment to when and the form. So before you can begin to understand the process of manifesting your desires, your need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share that with others. I have to do this. Sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I'm like, you have every tool and resource at your disposal to bring yourself to a really calm space. You can meditate, burn some beautiful candles, all of that. We can always reach out when we have gratitude for what we already have, right? And I feel that the nature of prosperity is having gratitude for what already exists, not what's coming down the pike, right? When we feel great and full, it's wonderful, right? It's not about the things you accumulate at all. It's how you feel about them, right? I could have a pile of gold next to me, but I'm not going to feel as attached or warm towards that as a pile of cats to the left of me, because they are sentient, loving beings. You know what I mean? It's how we feel. It's nice to have shiny things, but it's not about what we accumulate. And oftentimes, you guys, the more we accumulate, the more pressure can come with that, right? Oh, I want a summer house. But then you have all that work that comes with it for the care and keeping up of that. So we have to watch out too. So you're inviting to surrender to the important truth. There's always enough for you. There is enough time to do the things you need and the desire to do it. Enough opportunities to express your talents and connect you to your purpose. Enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything that you have and everything you can't yet see. You know, the unmanifested, which begins with every breath that we take anyway. I do this as soon as we wake up. I stop. I'm like, don't rush into production mode or answering questions. Have coffee and feel all the magic and the love around you with what you're going to find out in your yard. You're going to find dragonflies and fairies and turkeys and buffalo and all the other crazy cacophony that constantly goes on there. It really is like, I feel when I walk out there, and I'm not kidding you guys, that I feel like the temperature, the air density, and the frequency of the energy is different in my yard than other yards. I feel all of a sudden like I take very deep breaths in my yard. I notice all the orbs of light and all the crazy stuff. I hear every bird. I'm never distracted. I'm always grounded in my yard. It's really crazy. I feel great and full when I'm in my yard, all of that. So when we hold this feeling inside that our life is brimming with unique potential, and we focus on that, it's that open sesame, right, to the floodgates of abundance. So couple that with like a playful sense of detachment. Que sera, whatever will be, when it comes. You'll find that miracles have an uncanny way of really showing up in your life. Your intentions will come out of the reality with little effort on your part. Simply the fact that you want this and you have a healthy detachment, you believe the universe is going to bring this, you always trust in this, all of that. And you're not alone in holding the candle high for transformation right now either with this Lion's Gate. People are like, I need this burst, this input of light, bright, beautiful energy. So contemplate how being in the energy of enough makes you feel. It feels good, right? My house has food in it. You know, I have a roof over my head. And you're not really going to have attachment to what you do or do not manifest in the material world, because it is not what you do or do not have. It is how you feel, right? The thing that comes with it. If you're going to buy a sundress, you're not so stoked about that sundress. It is the potential for where you're going to wear that, right? Oh, on the beach, on a marvelous picnic, so on and so forth. Feeling great and full. And what's fascinating is the universe is there ready to give it all to you. So show the world the real you. I deserve this. And you really do, Aries, because you're one of those signs that you are beautiful leaders, you are beautiful visionaries, and people are willing to follow you. And your potential and what you say in your speech really like resonates with people. So that's you guys. And you can sit and listen to the rest of the fire signs, because a lot of the potentialities are the same within the same stuff. And you can also watch your ascending or your moon too. I am Sagittarius sun, and I am Leo moon, and I am Pisces ascending. So I always listen to all of those. Comment down below if you know your ascending and all of that too, because it's good. Oh, I love this for Leo. I'm feeling the world. And I constantly try to do this when I wake up. I'm like, how can I really connect? Because the key concepts here for you guys, Leo, is sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world, and a broader perception, empathy. Overload can happen and overwhelm us, so we have to step back. We want to feel the beauty and the goodness, and that's what this is saying. Meditate and contemplate when the world gets heavy and other people, because my son is a Leo, and I know, so I'm a fire sign too, and we can almost combust. We have the same sense of humor, and we're crazy and adventurous. And I was teaching him to drive today. I laugh so loud. I laugh so loud that my voice hurts now. I like hurt something in my throat, because he's hilarious. And just God bless this whole day in both of us, because it was a funny thing. But there is a thing where Leos can get overwhelmed with this. They like to do things right. They have a lot of pride. They don't like to feel foolish or whatever, and blow up engines and shit like that. He was like, we were like, I'm amazed. We're starting him in a very difficult Volkswagen 5-speed that loves to just stall. It's hilarious. He did so good. But what Leos need to do is meditate and contemplate on what is irksome and what gets too hot for me, and what do I need to step away so I can feel the good in the world. So empathy reminds you that you're not alone. It's a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity of everything around you. And now's the time to be clear about your boundaries, for sure, you guys. Ask yourself whose energy you've turned into you might find you've tuned into, you might find it's not even yours. Sometimes people can incapacitate us by their frenetic energy when they're around us, and we're empathic to that. It just it blows our circuitry. Comment down below if sometimes you do that and you just have a hard time being around other people. So if you feel off or drained when you're with somebody, they may be siphoning your energy, because Leo is like a beautiful lighthouse to people. Hot, beautiful, passionate, burning, smart, wise, intelligent energy constantly. So no matter how charismatic this person is or how attracted you are, don't mistake codependency for closeness. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb, because you're great at detaching. Sagittarius are too. We're like, what? I'm not feeling this. Just somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is for you, okay? You're also being asked now to be aware of how your words and your actions may affect others. Leos are beautiful at affecting people's moods. When they want to shine that light on you and charm you, you feel like $1 million. But they're also super witty and smart as hell. So they observe people's foibles or however you say that, so they know where you do have some strange behaviors, and they'll pick up on that. And if they ever choose to use that against them with their wit and intelligence, they can fry you. So really be careful not to do that. So a lot of fire signs can do that. So it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you. Discernment is necessary. You're going to be firm, you're going to be kind, and it just has to be balanced in order for you to access all these wondrous gifts. So celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity in others and really tap into that. So beautiful, Leos. I love that. Leos just really are just gorgeous. I love it. So those are your messages, you guys. So love and light to you. Now we're on to Call of the Muse. This is Sagittarius. This is my sign. A fiery climax approaches. Well, I should hope so. It almost did today. I was teaching Hagen driving. It was called an implosion in the parking lot. It was like, I forgot what it was like to drive with somebody that didn't have the ability to drive yet. It is crazy. So you guys, calling on the Muse. I love this because I feel like everything inspires me. People do all the time. If I'm talking to somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's Cheryl or Sammy or somebody that I see on IG, and then all of a sudden I'm inspired to do something. If they're talking about joy or whatever, it's like, oh, I get really inspired. So this is saying, Sagittarius, creative expression, being in the flow of creativity, turning into inspiration, allowing for creativity without being self-conscious as well. Just do whatever you want. Writing and journaling can help you connect, because you're going to have some amazing things that you're putting out there. And when you feel the call of the muse, you're being invited to create, to be that artist, to be the choreographer of your life, serve on behalf of the great artist, divine source. This process feels intensely personal at times, because your ego and self identification are the most unnecessary parts of the equation, right? It's like, just let's do this. While you might think you own the magic of your creativity, you can truly say that you're the source of inspiration? It's always, well, I'm thinking of somebody else, their color scheme, their skin, other things, animals. Usually nature is my muse. Honest to goodness, when I go out in nature, because I love soft blues, greens, and earth tones, I'm like, there we go. Now I've got a jewelry piece right there, right? So just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so does your muse need to open your heart and let the magic flow through to your intuition and emotion. So stop seeing yourself as the center of the process, and instead see yourself as a partner in the creative dance. So sometimes you might be inside the music and the feelings and the story and its expression. Other times you observe from the sidelines. You watch it flow from the unknown yet deeply intimate source. I'm constantly doing this within nature, and I'll get ideas and concepts and just stuff that are blissful, and they flow in, and I go, yes, nature created this, and I'm going to dance with nature and create something from this. Sometimes it is a beautiful prolific verse of something, because nature has its own magic consistently that it brings up for me. So today your muse is calling you to be a channel and allow the creative energy to flow through you, and the energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, a color, whatever it is. Your muse knows where you're meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience and answering the call. So when that pen and paper is right next to you, grab it and go for it. Sagittarius is also, I mean, I don't want to pat my own back, but Sagittarius has a lot of follow through when it comes to inspired thinking. Like, they think something and it's like, let's do this. They want to go on that adventure. They want to follow it. They want to have that experience, and it's a lot of fun. So that's you guys, fire signs. So now we're going to go on to Earth, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Beautiful, beautiful signs, you guys. You are patient, realistic, resolute, and hardworking. Very, very down to earth. And we're going to go right in that order to Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So Taurus, your main energy right here is exposed and revealed. I like this a lot, because I feel like things should just be out in the open and be exposed. I feel like whenever things are trying to be hidden, something happens. And also your main energy is your hard work that is paying off. And look, new moon in Capricorn too, which is good, because Capricorns and Virgos, as well as Taurus, work very hard. I feel like it's in that other order, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus work hard, and they keep just climbing that fence to get to the other side, push and push. Super, super resilient and major hardworking. Out of all the signs, I don't know many other that pushes hard. Perhaps Aries, they're very extremely hardworking too. So let's start with the exposed and revealed for Taurus. This is healing. This is the imposter syndrome that we need to work on. Let go of self-condemnation, freedom from the past, unresolved wounds, focusing on self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection that can also come up. Because sometimes, you know, if we're just constantly accepted, we don't question ourselves. Sometimes we need to know the why behind it, right? And Taurus, I feel, is Taurus really, it is important for them to come across as beautiful and ethereal. They love aesthetics. They like all of that. So they don't like to be judged, and they will pull away. So when you experience shame, you don't just feel like you've done something wrong, you feel like you are wrong or like fundamentally flawed. So know that life loves you, and the universe doesn't make junk, it makes magic. So many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming, for sure. So you can, you know, get in on a chat group or something, or whatever it is, date groups, all these things where people all of a sudden they just ghost you, and then people feel like, oh, because it's so rapid fire and easy disposable, you know, kind of relationships because they haven't formed in the physical realm, and you don't know somebody person to person, energy to energy, face to face in that regard, so they feel they're very flippant about that. So don't take that the wrong way. So here's a way out of this. See shame in the heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. So if someone is shaming you, perhaps you triggered them, right? How miserable they must be to expend their energy to be massively toxic to you, right? This is sort of the interplay of that and the mirroring. So if they are drinking poison and they're hoping that you'll get sick, that sort of thing, that lashing out. And I feel like some of this is taking place because people have such heated issues now on politics, COVID, all of that, that when they get online, all of a sudden everybody just is like firing off at everybody. So this is saying that if you're experiencing this, don't take it to heart, okay? Look at this as an opportunity for growth and evolution and healing and freedom right now too. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control and admit that this emotion isn't something that you have power over, and surrender to the higher power? You know, there is a sacred quality in the vulnerability that's inherited in admitting that we can't do everything alone, right? And a lot of people feel lonely right now and they're isolated from certain parts, so they're even more sensitive. So that being said, my advice to you is to call a near and dear one that is supportive and loving and is always going to lift you up. Always feel like you can share with people too, and know that, you know, it's our mind plays crazy egomaniacal tricks on us, telling us that is the biggest, baddest thing that's ever happened. It's simply not true. It's just us exaggerating in our head whatever it is, you know. If especially sometimes if we're not that kind to a family member, we're thinking certain thoughts, you know, that can bring shame in. Like, you know, you just think this person is so unruly, this person is A, B, and C. And oftentimes when you're in close confines with people, you start to think that way. So it's one of those things, exposed and revealed and lighter, right? The divine is going to be here helpful and to set you free. Again, remember, you're realistic. Realistically, you know your world is not ending, right, Taurus? Absolutely. So now that is, you guys, beautiful energy. So now we're going to go on to Virgo. I like doing this. I'm telling you, my voice is already like oofers. So, oh, I love this. Okay, you guys, so in perfect harmony. We like that. There can't be much wrong with that, right? And I usually try to start my day with this by going slow and say you have all the time in the world, all is well, having your coffee, relaxing, and you also have emotions running high, so you're going to be sensitive to things too. So your key concepts here is togetherness, healthy and harmonious partnerships, commitment to a relationship, collaboration with others, and also interdependence. So you're going to be entering a time of healthy, harmonious partnerships. So collaboration is key here. So you're invited to explore the potential that's inherent in making a commitment to another person, a group, or even yourself. Knowing that you're bringing different gifts to the table as well. You don't have to be an exact lock and step with everyone else. It is your own, you know, unique contribution, 100%. Being your authentic self actually brings you into alignment with others. You are a note in harmony that neither overpowers nor is overpowered by any other. Your beautiful interdependence allows you all to shine. Let me give you an example. There are several communities around here where it looks very doppelgangery, it looks very Stepford Wivesy, and people get confused by that. When everybody tries to all of a sudden become a group unit physically by looking that way, having a blonde bob, wearing wearing chinos and loafers and a white Oxford or whatever. I'll see a lot of these mothers come pick up their kids at school and they start to assimilate. They dress more and more. They all get the same haircut. They're all carrying the same handbag. Literally freaks me out. I'm like, what is happening? The Borg is taking over my next town. What is happening? But people that have some insecurity issues and they want to fit in and are desperate to fit in will start to assimilate. But that really as a whole is an unnatural process and freaks people out because that's not our authentic expression. Not everybody can go, oh, I think I should have this haircut, this pants, these shoes, this bag. Oh, 1,000 other people have them right in the same 1 mile vicinity. But yeah, I thought of that. It's just a weird thing. Right, so be your unique self. That's why I've always been attracted to people, that have just awesome, crazy hair colors and tattoos and piercings and individuality stuff. Like I love Frankie on Frankie and Grace so much because that is what I'm evolving into. If my neck could hold an 80-pound crystal, I would wear it just like Frankie does. Like I just love that, and she doesn't care how other people accept her because she comes from a place of kindness and love, and that's kind of what you're going to be doing it. So keep an eye out for a sign that you're subconscious, which has been conditioned by your previous hurts and experiences, to work more in accord with what your healthy self intends for you. You may desire a relationship but expect to be betrayed, right? So you unconsciously sabotage it. We can do that, though, and because patterns keep arising and they're habitual, oftentimes it does happen. See patterns that are happening in your life. You say you want to lose weight, but you continue to eat compulsively and avoid exercise, right? In these moments, you're not attuned with yourself, and this disharmony spills out into other parts of your life. So if this is happening, you might want to take a hard look at yourself and do some inventory. Start singing a new song of self-love and acceptance. I am not going to punish myself because I feel less than by eating and sabotaging myself more, or by lashing out and saying something harmful to somebody and regretting it later, right? This is getting into step with that. And I feel too, all it takes is self-honesty and a willingness to heal, and you can do this. And this is really a fortunate time for you to do this. And emotions can run high when we are trying to evolve. So have downtime and have chill time for sure, because that's necessary. So now we're going to go on to Capricorn. Close Encounters. I love this. The artwork in this is so spectacular. I love the little butterfly and the stars in the cage. I'm obsessed with cages too. I always want to buy them when I go in this one craft store, and I'm like, what are you going to put in a cage? You're just going to have a cage there, but I want to hang like butterflies and glass and all the stuff in there. So Capricorn, you guys, we know you're patient, we know you're realistic, you're resolute, you're hardworking, all of this, but this is saying that vulnerability as a strength and letting others see your wounds as well as your strength is setting healthy boundaries. We can't, no man is an island unto himself. Nobody can do everything. Nobody can sustain. Everybody has worries and fears, financial or otherwise. So share that. This is a time of connection that asks you to be vulnerable and authentic. Really let go of any social mask or constructs that you use to keep yourself apart from others. Whether it's the boss babe mode that is like you just get down a couple steps there and listen to me type of thing, or always having to be right. Lower your shields and allow yourself to step into a dance of intimacy with others and get to know them on a different level. When you become close to people, you remind yourself that you're not alone. You're part of a beautiful, meaningful bond. As a deep spiritual level, there's so many lessons offered to you in this closeness. So at a social level, intimate relationships help you ignite that spark of life and the power of infinity. We always feel safe to express. That's really important. And you flourish as a result of offering emotional honesty, a true desire for equality and love and friendship and laughter. Again, we're not meant to be alone. And sometimes when we are wounded, we build walls around ourselves so we don't get hurt again. But when you present yourself as, a vulnerable person who's living with integrity and without artifice, you become truly present. And when you live this way, everything and everybody thrives. It is a huge time of healing for you, Capricorn, for sure. And there really isn't a more stoic sign that is strong. I got this. I'll fix this. I'll do this. But you hold a lot in. And now it's time to say, I just have this idea. This concept is bothering me. Share your ideas and do this. As a Sagittarius, I'm the absolute opposite. If I start a job the next day, I'm making everybody who works there jewelry. I know everything about their family. I know everything because I just start talking to people. I love to get to know people, and people love to share their stories. So that is you guys. Beautiful, beautiful energy there, Earth. I am going to take a pause, and then we're going to get back to air.